Can't see it at all, but I've never seen a wild parrot before, I don't think. Good morning. I have a hat on and now I've got hat hair really bad. But today is Thursday. My skin is playing up so badly because of the sun cream. Okay, we've swapped to the GoPro, but I'm outside. Today is Thursday and we are about to go sandboarding, which I'm excited for but also nervous about. Tied my hair up, got on a t-shirt because you actually can't wear sun cream. I like your hair.
Oh, thanks, she's stunning.
That looks really good.
I've got to find a bobble, hence why I'm holding.
Do you want one?
Oh, you little gem. I got that one but it didn't wear.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
It's alright. But basically we're going sandboarding. I'm bringing the GoPro, hence the weird fisheye lens. And I'm excited. Staying here last night was a true experience. Look at this. Tell me that's not spider central. I've seen so many spiders. I even saw a huntsman spider last night, guys. Didn't cry about it though. Survived. Could have cried about it. How are you feeling about this?
I'm pretty nervous. Don't really like cardio, so we'll find out.
Me neither. We're getting into a whatever this is.
4x4.
A 4x4. Looks like a roller coaster. Simulator. Yeah, no, don't say that. And then we were in the 4x4s. Driving on sand was such an experience. It was kind of like being in a simulator ride. Oh my god, whoa. I didn't expect that at all. The sand was just beautiful. I've never seen anything like this. It was honestly as if we were in the desert. There was just sand as far as the eye could see. We've got stuck. And we're also leaning so much this way. I feel like we're actually gonna tip up. Erin's holding on. We're holding on. So we tend to ride. We actually had to then evacuate the 4x4s and get somebody to pull us out of the sand. That is how stuck we got. And then eventually we managed to get back in and carry on the drive up to the sand dunes that we were heading to. I'd never sandboarded before. I'd never even really heard of sandboarding before I went out here, but it's quite popular, it's quite fun. And driving there was an experience. And then we had a little chat about how to stay safe on the boards.
You're gonna have your hands flat on the sand, like, yeah,
She's gonna take Chloe out.
She's gonna take Chloe out. Oh, yeah.
Dragging your hands.
Drag your hands. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Actually, guys, you see the footprints. You're probably better off going down this side here. There's less footprints.
Oh.
So the first time I did this, I actually came off head first and literally face planted the sand, and let me tell you, that was not pleasant. It was in my mouth, it was in my hair, it was in my teeth, it was in my ears. So the second time I was a bit more cautious and I watched everybody else going for a long time first. Yes. How was the GoPro? Did you survive it?
Well, I fell off about halfway.
Oh, I did see. Yeah, I did see that. Are you going down?
Yeah, I want to do a runner.
You want to do a run up? Right. Okay. Ah! Every time I come off it, but at least I didn't head first come off it. That was far more elegant, although still disastrous. Nice. After we had finished sandboarding, we actually did a 20-minute hike up one of the highest viewpoints on Port Stephens, and we had a chat about all the sights we were seeing, all the water, all the little islands and this little strip of beach, and it was really interesting. Although it was so hot and walking up here was such a challenge, I was exhausted, but the view was worth it and it was beautiful, despite the fact that we just climbed upright for 30 minutes in like 32-degree heat. But we're not complaining because look at this beach. This is a unique experience. I literally have never seen clouds come in that quickly before. Oh, it looks crazy. Look at that. It looks so weird on camera. It just looks like a massive line. Look at that. Where? This is one of the coolest storms I've ever seen without being in the rain myself. Like, it's crazy that there's no rain.
It's so warm.
So warm. There's the rain. I just jinxed it. I literally just jinxed it.
Wow.
This was crazy, guys. The weather was ridiculous. The tour guides were saying that this was the first storm in this area of New South Wales for 4 years. Which comes first, lightning or thunder?
The lightning first.
Oh.
I just got that. Yeah.
My God, that was crazy.
If it downfalls, this will be the first real rain for about 12 months.
Will that really help the fires then?
100%.
When was the last storm you saw?
I honestly can't even remember the last one.
Really?
Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that towels are having to go down is scaring me a little bit. What is that? What is that? Oh, that's quite cute. There is a frog.
Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of what Australia's really about. Now there's absolutely nothing to be scared of. There is no such thing as an embarrassing question.
Okay, my name is Jason. I do wildlife rescue and rehabilitation, like Michelle does.
I was trying my hardest to not be scared of this. I was just thinking, you know what, these animals live in Australia. This is kind of what you come to Australia to see. And the guy really knew what he was talking about. He clearly was super passionate about all of this stuff, about reptiles, about lizards, about snakes. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what half of these animals are, but okay. Aww. Stroke its skin without being too near its mouth. Oh, yeah, it's like Velcro. Oh, it feels a bit too fleshy.
So this shell is an extension of their rib cage, but it would be like touching.
Oh my God, yeah. And then the snakes came out to play. I'm sorry if you have a phobia of snakes. I will put a time on screen that you can skip to fast forward this bit because I know a lot of people are scared of them, but oh my.
I'm just gonna move over there.
Not liking it.
King is a diamond python. He was a rescue one.
That's really quite
diamond
big.
pythons are a species of carpet python.
So basically there were 4 different sizes. I think there were 2 pythons and 2 other kind of snakes. Caitlin here was so brave and just volunteered to hold them, and I was like, what the heck? And then they started like passing them around, and I was kind of like, oh my gosh, am I gonna do that? How are you feeling? You look very calm.
How'd you feel, Molly? You got a snake on you.
Scared but impressed with myself because this is the biggest. Is this the biggest one?
She's the biggest one I've got here, I think.
Yeah. Could you take it off? Thank you. As if I just did that. As if
Well done.
Okay.
Thank you. Can you believe that I just held a snake? I literally can't believe I just did that. I'm so scared of everything. I'm also sleeping outside for a second night in a row. Not outside, in a hut. I held a python. Okay, updates a bit later. I just went to the toilet, saw a cockroach, saw a mosquito. Haven't seen a spider today, which is good. But I know that there are some in the cabin because people are joking around about it, but I'm not joking around when I say that I'm going to actually die. I can't wait to get back into the city, guys. Good morning, it is Friday already. It's just going so fast. I'm literally sat in the forest, as you can see. Come to find a quiet spot. It's our last day in this like area-y thing, basically base camp is where I've been. I think I've already mentioned this, but I'm doing the week Ultimate Oz week with Ultimate Travel. So it's like an introduction to Australia, an introduction to Sydney, and for 2 nights and 2 days basically we've been in this base camp, and today is Friday and the itinerary today looks amazing. So we're doing like a dolphin catamaran cruise where we go on a boat and then we like sail through the harbour of Port Stephens, which is the area that we're in. It's like 3 hours north of Sydney. It's absolutely stunning. It was those beaches I was filming yesterday. So we're going on a dolphin cruise because apparently this is where like loads of dolphins live. You can also see turtles, whales, all of that kind of stuff. I've woken up this morning to some pretty sad news from back home, which is like, it's the only time I felt a long way from home because obviously it was like the middle of the night and stuff at home was happening and I was obviously not aware of it because 1, it's the middle of the night, and 2, there is 0 phone signal here. So I have had no Wi-Fi, no signal. If you come to this main building behind me, you can get on the internet, but it's very slow. So obviously I didn't know, and then I woke up this morning and it was just like sad to be so far away from something that's happening back at home, and it's like there's nothing I can do about it, but it's just sad news that is horrible to hear when you are at home, let alone the other side of the world. It just felt like the first time since I've got here that I felt like a bit cut off and a little bit like I don't know, on the other side of the world, because I keep saying so far it just doesn't feel like I'm in Australia, but this morning like it really has. But that's okay, like I feel like I just need a bit of time to sit here, think about it. Today's gonna be really, really good, so that's fine, it's all good. What I don't like is how much of a breakout I'm having. I haven't had a forehead that looks like this since like this time last year, and I think it's a combination of like sun cream, sweat, sleeping with an eye mask really makes my skin flare up, and also probably like not eating or drinking probably, and also probably drinking too much. But anyway, yeah, so I have my outfit on, I've got my bikini underneath it for the cruise, and I'm gonna go now, but I just thought I'd find somewhere quiet to like have a chat. This is gonna be a long vlog, isn't it? Can't see dolphins anywhere. Yeah. Oh my god, I saw a dolphin! Oh my gosh! Oh my god!
Just one dolphin here. We'll stop and have a quick look at this one, but we want a bigger pond. There's plenty around lately. They're just here on the left-hand side though. It's just one on its own.
Do they have to come up often to breathe or something?
Yeah, they're mammals like us.
Oh my
they breathe air.
The views on this catamaran cruise were just incredible. It was so beautiful. The water was so calm as well. I literally didn't even get seasick, which was so lucky because I usually do. But it was just stunning.
The bigger pod should be just up in front of us here.
Oh wow, oh my gosh.
We are getting that boom net ready for those who are wanting to hop in it. If there is a lot of people, we'll have to take it in turns because we can only have so many in there. But these are our
Oh my gosh, oh my
that
gosh.
live here in Port Stephens. They live here all year round. They are territorial. Now they do venture out to sea, but they always come back home again.
Oh my.
One's right next to the boat on the right-hand side as well. They're all over the place.
Must be a lot of fish though.
Oh my god. After this, we just kept seeing them. They were all around the boat. It was as if they wanted to show off. They were like coming up the water, doing little like flip things. I've never actually seen a dolphin before this day, so it was amazing to be this close to them. They're such beautiful and interesting creatures. Oh, amazing. Oh my gosh. After that had finished, we all went for the best fish and chips I think I've ever eaten, and I'm from Yorkshire, so that's saying something. And then we headed back down to Sydney. This was like another 2.5 hour drive on the coach, and this was actually the first time since I've been out in Australia that I saw any of the effects of the bushfires, and this was the only time I saw this. But as you can see, the fires are like spreading in that area. And that was really weird to see, really scary. And then we drove back into Sydney over the harbour bridge, which was an experience. I was like looking for it, I was like, where is the bridge? And then we were on it. You okay, Joe? No? That night we spontaneously decided to get a train to the Sydney Opera House bar because we'd heard amazing things about its nightlife, so that was the plan. This is such a cool area in the dark, it looks sick. Look at those trees, look at that!
Up north. Stop, not now.
Look at this view behind me. Look at that. Do you want to be in my vlog? This is Erin. But what I was actually filming was the Opera House, but you can be in it if you want. There we go. There's the Opera House. Close enough. This is so cool, guys. We've come for drinks at the Opera Bar. Oh no! Ready? Wait. I can feel my face when I'm with you. But I love it. You gotta sing it! But I love it. And then Billie Eilish came on in the bar, and our friend Caitlin, to me, just looked the spitting image of Billie Eilish, and we made a joke about it all week, so she started doing impersonations, and it was so funny. Hey, baby! Ooh. Ah! Okay, I'm not usually one that's like singing and screaming in the street, but we were just in such good spirits. We'd had some wine. We were just so amazed by the fact that we were at the Opera House that we were just loving life and living it to the fullest. And it's embarrassing to watch back, and it's cheesy and it's cringy, and it's like, oh my god, they're being those teenagers, but it was just amazing, guys. Only in Sydney. What is going on here? Good morning. What a night last night was. Oh my, we didn't even intend to go out. We didn't even intend to get drunk, but we just ended up sitting in the Opera House bar having more and more wine. And in my head I was just like, it's not every night you can sit and drink like this with the Harbour Bridge on one side. I was just vlogging, I got shy. I'm gonna carry on, I just don't want you to judge me.
Oh, I don't care. I watch vlogs on YouTube.
Okay, I'm describing our night out. Anyway, yeah, so we were drinking wine at the Sydney Opera House. That was where I was up to. Yeah, and then we just came back. But it was a good night. It was a good night, wasn't it? Did you enjoy it?
I did.
And now this morning we're all feeling a little bit worse for wear, but we've just done all of our washing, which, can I add, went way better than the washing I did last week because it's all actually dry. When I did my washing in Melbourne, oh god, now I am shy. Possibly. If it's not, the camera's going straight off.
What, are you vlogging? Did you talk to the camera?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Hi.
This is Polly, this is Deanna. We're all going to Manly Beach now, basically, was what I was going to finish on. Apart from it's raining and it's actually really cold and none of us have the right clothing, which is why I'm wearing this hoodie for the 5 millionth time. You're going to be chilly.
I know. I'm just wearing a
But I like
dress.
your dress. I have that dress.
Do you?
Yeah,
It's a very popular dress.
Did you get it from Pretty Little Thing or from New Look?
New Look.
Because they both sell the
Yeah.
exact same dress.
Not like there's no difference.
Yeah, I know, it's exactly the same. So yeah, there's that. Washing is done. And then we headed across to Manly Beach. That is one of Sydney's many small beaches, many hidden gems. It takes about 25 minutes on the ferry, and I'm not gonna lie, it was quite a choppy crossing, but it was worth it. We are in Moo with a View. It's a little restaurant in Manly. It does burgers, all of this kind of stuff with this amazing view. It's so weird that they're Christmas trees though. I do feel like that makes it look really different to like a beach town. I feel like I'm really educating you on vlogging.
Well, I've never heard of it really before.
You've never heard of vlogging?
No.
Polly's never heard of vlogging.
God, there's a front facing camera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can
that's
see yourself.
amazing.
Although we're getting covered in rain. I've got sunglasses on as if it's not raining, but it really is. You look great right now. Oh, right, okay. Oh, I don't want to break this. I paid $10 for this. There we go. Bad weather, guys. It's not the one. I didn't come to Australia for this. And then that evening, it was an organised bar crawl. It was our last official night on the tour. We'd had an entirely free day, hence why we went to explore Manly. But that night, we all got together to go out in Sydney, and it was such a good night. As the after night out food, we went to a place called Lord of the Fries, which was entirely vegan. Everything was vegan, and it was so delicious. We are currently walking from Coogee, or Coogee I think is how you say it, to Bondi. This is Coogee Beach here. Coogee, definitely saying that wrong. And it's a 2-hour long walk along the coastline from this beach to Bondi Beach. Wow, look at that shot. David Attenborough who? Can't deal with that, I need to stroke it. I actually have to touch it. Oh. This is beautiful. So as I said, guys, this walk took about 2.5 hours. It was really nice. We were just chatting. It had some incredible views. It had this crazy graveyard, which I was not expecting. This is massive, guys. I was not expecting this. And then we reached Bondi Beach. Now, Bondi is probably Sydney's most famous beach. It is the most spoken about by a mile. This is so cool, guys. This is that shot of Bondi, you know, the one you've probably seen on Insta, where the pool is like here. And then it was finally time for some lunch. We headed to a cafe called Speedo's, which was entirely vegan and pretty famous in Bondi, and is also Australia's most Instagrammable cafe apparently, and I think you're probably gonna see why. Look at that, oh my god. It's as if it was made for Instagram, isn't it, that? This is literally the biggest burger I've ever seen. How are you gonna cut it up and eat it like that? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut it in half. There's no way. Oh my god. So we're exploring Bondi Beach. We're having a great time. We had some gorgeous lunch, as you just saw. And then we walked about 15-20 minutes back in the direction of the way that we're heading. And I realised I've left my hoodie in the restaurant, 20 minutes away. So I'm heading back down the beach. Luckily the other guys are in the hostel here because they're all checking in and booking rooms for like the next week. Because I'm on a guided tour, I actually don't need to do that, but I really do want my Adidas hoodie back because it's actually new and expensive, and I just didn't realise that I left it. Basically, I'm hoping it's still there. I really don't think anybody would have stolen it because it was like a really kind of bougie restaurant cafe place. So hopefully they've got it. And oh my god, the cutest dogs are about to walk past. Look at them. All was well, guys. Reunited with my hoodie. It was literally just on the chair still, so now I'm just walking back. I've had worse views whilst walking, and the weather today is so much better than we all thought it would be, which is why I brought my hoodie, and I really didn't need it. But anyway, now I'm heading back to find the others. And then I really did not realise that I didn't end this vlog. There is just no end to this. So I finished my day in Bondi. We chilled out there for the majority of the day. And then that evening we all just chilled in the hostel and had a games night. You could actually hire games out from the hostel reception. So we did that and we played cards. And that was basically where this vlog ends. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I know it's a little bit all over the place. The vlogs from now on are my journey up the East Coast, so they get a little bit more specific. But if you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below to see more, and I shall be back on Tuesday with another video and next weekend with the next Australia vlogs. Don't forget, guys, that each week when the vlogs go live, I'm also posting a giveaway over on my Instagram. All of the rules on how to enter are on there, but it's super simple. The winner last week was a girl called Lucy. You'll be contacted on Sunday evening if you win. It closes at 6 PM. So go and enter over on my Insta. It's super easy.